Okay, hey guys, so here comes my new case now. So I'm going to replace my old one. This one is DeepCool Matrexx 55 RGB. So it got RGB at the front here. I'll show you the case later on. So this is the box. We'll do that next.
Okay guys, we just have a quick walk around before we start the actual assembly. So let's take a look at the side. You can see it got a mesh for the side intake. It has actually very good airflow. Same on the top. So for this case, for this version, it has already the PSU shroud added. So the previous version it doesn't have. So make sure if you want the version that you have the PSU shroud, you need to check that one. This is one thing also that I don't like. As you can see at the back, the PCI cover, it's actually welded. So yeah, you need to take note of that one, guys. So let's go start the assembly. So to remove the front cover, you need to push the plastic locks. You can see it, the behind of the case. You need to push slightly before you actually pull. So these are the locks that actually I'm saying earlier. You need to push those locks slightly and then you pull from the bottom at the front. So let's do the installation of the fans first. Then the fans at the top of the case. So you screw actually alternate. Next, I'm going to install the PSU. So as you can see here, actually I find it difficult to install the PSU. The clearance between the PSU slot and also the storage bay is actually very small. So you need to take note on that one, guys. You can check the specs itself on DeepCool website. They have specified the actual length allocated for the PSU. Good thing on my case, I was still able to manage to put inside the PSU. So you scroll the PSU, same process, alternate position before you actually tighten. Then we put the IO shield. Then now we're going to install the motherboard. Okay, going to prepare my EIO. This one is the Cooler Master ML240 RGB version. So I install first the fans on the radiator. So my configuration will be push and pull installation at the front of the case. So we're going to install the bracket on the pump. So I'm using a Ryzen AMD processor, so I use the bracket for Ryzen. So I'm going to install my AIO. Going to start with my pump and then installation on the radiator. So this is how it looks. Looks very nice for me. Look at that Color Master logo, and all the fans that I have are also Color Master. Those are addressable RGB. Same at the front. The case itself has the LED button RGB controller, but I didn't use that one. I prefer to use the software that I have on my motherboard and also on my Color Master application. So this is how the side looks like with the lights off. Now with the lights on, also the tempered glass is actually attached. Let's just do a quick testing on the temperature and how actually the AIO and the case airflow actually works. So I'm only testing 4.0 at 1.3 volts for VCAR, and also followed by later on 4.1 gigahertz at 1.625 volts for VCAR. Unfortunately, I lost the silicon lottery. I can't hit 4.2 for my processor. It's very unstable. I already tried to pump up the voltage up to 1.48, I think, but still I'm not able to run Cinebench R20, so it's quite my loss. 4.2 is not possible on my processor. For me, the 1.3 volts 4.0 is still quite high. I hope I can lower it down, but yeah, that's the one. That's a stable voltage already on my case. I mean on my case. So please take note, guys. I'm testing this Cinebench R20, not the R15. So the temperature is much higher compared to the previous version. So this is the 4.1 gigahertz. So here we're going to test some games, just to see what's the temperature. So I'm going to test CSGO and also Battlefield 5. So these games are actually quite heavy on the CPU side. So I'm testing 4.0 and 4.1 gigahertz. For me, I can say the airflow is actually very good for the case.
Let's roll.
So for CSGO, at 4.0 gigahertz, we are below 50 degrees.
Bomb has been planted. Let's go.
Here comes Battlefield 5. So we're still at 4.0 gigahertz.
Granate! We've now lost objective Anton.
For Battlefield 5, I think maximum temperature is at 55 degrees. On my earlier case, actually, the one I replaced before this case, Battlefield 5 at 4.0 gigahertz, I reached 70 plus degrees. So that's the reason why I replaced my case.
Ich bin bei dir.
So that case actually got very poor airflow at the front. So it's actually Segotep locks too. So I think I don't recommend the case. It has almost the same price point.
Ich sterbe.
I think 189 Malaysian ringgit. Same price on this case. The only difference is for that price for Segotep, it has free fans already at the front.
We have taken objective Dora.
But that one is not PWM fans, just the basic ones. So I rather choose this DeepCool case over the Segotep version, even though the price is just the same, and the other case has the fans. So this one we're at 4.1 gigahertz. Take note, we are on higher voltage for CPU. Much higher, guys.
Cover this area. Hold here.
At 4.1 gigahertz with higher voltage, we are at 49 degrees CSGO. Here comes Battlefield 5 4.1 gigahertz. Battlefield 5, we are much higher temperature compared to 4.0, but we are still below 60 degrees.
We have taken objective Dora.
Werfe Granate! Vorsicht! Da ist Gefahr!
So let's go for the review comments that I have for this case. So I go to the things that I don't like first. So first one, as I mentioned earlier, the PCI slot cover are actually welded. I hope it's actually not. Second would be the PSU clearance. It's very small actually because the storage bay is not removable, so that's why we have a very limited space for the PSU. Third one would be for the storage slot. It's because I'm using EAO and I install at the front of the case. The screw holes actually for the SSD and also HDD are actually already covered. so I cannot install the storage inside the case. I'm only left with the storage bay. So let's go to the positive comments. First, the price point of this case. It's actually very cheap and affordable. Given its price of 189 ringgit, or it's around 45 US dollar, equivalent to peso, it's 2,350, so it's below 2,500. Second one, it's very nice looking case. Considering that I'm using only my cell phone camera to record the video, so this doesn't actually give justice on how actually the case looks like, especially the RGB and the fans. Third one, it has very good airflow. So at the front, the opening at the side, both left and right, you get mesh covered. The airflow is quite good. Also at the top of the case. Fourth one, adjustable RGB. If you have DeepCool fans, so it would be very much more ideal, because you can connect that one to the RGB controller with the case. The fifth one would be nice belt. So the metal quality is very good, and also the paint that it has. So the black color I really like. So overall, I would give this case with a rating of 8 out of 10, and would highly recommend to you guys, to those who are looking for good looking and budget case. Thanks for watching, guys, and I hope you subscribe to my channel. See you again next time. Bye.